Guys, we are at it again. Now we are coming down to the grassroots level. Yeah, there's a competition always coming on every year at Concord Stadium. That is Airport Road, Lagos, Nigeria. Now that is Anumorigba Football Competition. We are having the final when on the 9th of November, which is this Sunday. Here with me, I have Mr. Waheed Aluba, who is actually the coordinator of the tournament. Welcome, Mr. Waheed. Good morning very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning to you too.
Yeah, can you please tell us a brief history about the Anumorigba competition?
Thank you so much. This competition starts from year 2019.
Wow.
In which we have the inaugural one. Like some sort of textron there for the competition itself. So we were able to do it by inviting teams then, so that the awareness will be there that something is going on in Concord, precisely, which is part of our intention of bringing up the competition.
Wow.
So from then henceforth, we were able to continue that. Now, by God's grace, we are now doing the 5th edition.
Wow.
So in between it, there are some problems that happened probably in the year 2022, if I'm not mistaken, that we decided to just lay off a bit. But we didn't lay off exactly. We decided to use girls to do the competition in 2023 before we now decide to come back again in 2024 and this year again.
Wow, that's lovely. Wow. So how many teams actually start this competition?
At the initial stage, even up to year 2024, we always have majorly 16 teams.
Wow.
That has been competing right from year 2019. For the exception of those girls that we invite only four teams to participate. So we do it free for those girls, but this one we normally collect some tokens from them now to
coordinate and everything.
Put everything together. So we've been having 14 teams. For the exception of this year, we intend to go into 32 teams this year. But due to some reasons or how God wants everything to be, we were able to get 20 teams for this one.
Wow.
And apart from that one, things that we put on in place for this very 5th edition is far more better than what we have been doing initially.
Wow, that's great. I really admire your passion for grassroots football, Mr. Alhaji Waheed. And also, what will you say is the greatest achievement that you've actually achieved in hosting competition, bringing up grassroots footballers and also and also bringing them to limelight?
Okay, well, what I can say about our achievement is this Anumorigba Cup is being sponsored by only one gentleman, Mr. Abayomi Adedeji.
Wow.
We know him in this area, popularly known as Baba. He has been one singularly doing all these things with my own little support that I give. But financially, he's the one that have been doing everything. So what we intend to do with it is to curb away all this juvenile delinquency within our youths.
Wow.
Then that is number one. Then number 2 is to prioritize this Concord field so that it will be known to the world that at least there's a place called Concord here in Mafoluku, that there is community development program for youth through sports. And for the little time we have been doing it, I think there are some good players that have partake, and I understand they have been making their ways now, probably in the home ground, that is through our own local league, and some of them have gone abroad to showcase their talent.
Wow, that's nice. I do hear about the Concord field that it has produced so many talents, and most of them are actually out in the country. And what do you think we can do in this country to actually promote grassroots football? Do you think the government is not participating well in youth empowerment through sports? Or what do you think we can do as individual, as government parastatals, as the government entirely, to actually promote grassroots football?
I think something of what we are trying to do here in Mafoluku supposed to be happening. Though, thank God to some individuals in this area. When we talk about grassroots competition, we were talking about this Anumorigba. We were talking about CY competition, which is currently going on as at now too. I think the final will be played around that 23rd of this month in the Air Force Place here. Yeah, that's going to the knockout stage by now, if I'm not mistaken. Then there are other ones too that are happening in here and there. That is the only way I think the government can come in is by providing the infrastructure,
the basic amenities.
The basic amenity that we need to do all this. There are some individuals who are ready to volunteer themselves with their money, the little one that they do have, to help all these youths develop a God-given talent. But if we didn't have that infrastructure, let's say for an example now, this very Concord field is being owned by Fan.
Yeah.
And there are many times that we've been threatening that nothing of such are not supposed to be happening simply because the ground belongs to them. The little agreement with that verbally, not documentally, is that we were doing our own things without putting any structure. If not, there are some politicians that we've worked with before, precisely Honorable Lawrence Babatunde Ayeni, who are really done very well for sports here in Lagos State, apart from a councillor here, from a councillor to House of Assembly, from House of Assembly now to House of Representatives in Oshodi State.
Wow, that's great.
And that guy really did a lot for grassroots sports here in this area. That was when the agreement was now signed that they can only allow us to play our football, but when we're talking about putting any structure in it, that one, because they can be able to come in at any times and say we want to use our land. So, but if aside from that infrastructure of problem, if individuals like this Abayomi that we talk about now, and some who really have interest of youth's development in mind, we can continue to be doing this for this development, because youth these days, their own mentality is a bit, how will I put it?
It's a bit different from
the way we were brought up.
That's it.
So, and we need to align at least to their own style of life to bring the positive out of them. So if you can see people, individual, philanthropists, corporate bodies, and just like what we are doing now, we didn't have any corporate body that has been supporting us. It is only some few individuals that have been able to, even for this very current one that we are having now, or we are doing right now. So if people can come in, then government providing infrastructure, then definitely good things will come out of it. Good things will come out.
And the youth of nowadays, they are very, very talented. They are very, very good.
Very talented.
They are very, very good, and they are very, very talented.
Very, very
and also, let's start. This is Oshodi Solo local government. And do you think have you ever made any approach to the local government chairman, maybe for support or anything?
Matter of fact, no.
Okay.
Because people like us didn't have that opportunity to be working with or having alliance with the local government. Because apart from myself being a member of a Concord football field here in Oshodi, when we talk about football field, there's another one called
Jalisco, yeah.
I'm very part of that. The sources till date, I am being part of them. But we know what our own government of these days are like. Most especially those politicians. It is only some of them have interest of sport in mind.
Sports, yeah.
Like our own current chairman, I'm sorry to say, his own goes into infrastructures.
Yeah.
We could see it around all our area now. But for him to partake in sport, it is only very few people that have that opportunity to be working with him. And those people, you know what we Nigerians are? I'm sorry to say this too. Most of us are ready to just do things
because of our own personal gain.
Personal gain, which is not supposed to be. We need to think about those coming behind us. What are we going, the legacies that we want to leave behind for them, so that we're able to fend for them. A very good person now in sport, knowing how to play football now, if he decides to go on very well, he'll be able to do nice thing for himself,
Yes.
his immediate family,
And
his environment, and
the community
the
at large.
community will enjoy it.
They enjoy it, yes.
And those are the parts of
Osimhen. Well, that's actually what Osimhen is actually doing presently.
Look at that Osimhen for person now.
Yeah.
The little story I know about him, he's a street boy.
He's a street boy, yes, definitely.
Walking in the streets.
But when at
Oluchosun very well, because I have opportunity when we normally carry all these little boys, when my own coaching was going on so regularly there, we have met many times in different underage competitions. Look
at him now. So that is why we say we have to invest majorly on our youth and our upcoming stars, because they are our future. And also, this competition always come up between October and November every year, right?
October and December, exactly.
Between October and December every year. Every year. So
yes.
We are soliciting for private individuals to come in, corporate bodies, the government, and everything. So now, Alhaji Waheed,
sir,
this competition is a very good competition. We are going to cover it live and direct that day, and you have to stay with us to actually watch the most exciting match you have ever seen here live directly of Football Up NG. Thank you, Alhaji Waheed. It's very interesting having you around.
Thank you
so very much. And we shall see on that day, which is the 9th of November 2025. If you have the opportunity to be around Mafoluku area, just come down straight to the Concord Stadium. That is where the match will be happening live for you to see, and also know that we have so many talents in this country as a footballer. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.